to me, NDI or IP video and 4K really are inseparable. To do 4K over traditional SDI, traditional HDMI cabling, you're going to be rewiring every building, every venue you've got. So Glenn, to talk a little about these NDI supported workflows.
Yeah, so back on the cabling thing, it's not just one cable. Sometimes it's 3 cables, depending upon the type of HD and 4K that you're doing. But the NDI workflows, what it allows you to do is it allows you to take in either if you've got cameras that are already doing 4K that are NDI capable, you're bringing it over Ethernet. If you've got baseband signals that you want to bring in, you can bring them in through a converter. We're going to talk about those all later. But the beauty is, again, once you're in the system, you're not having to deal with patching, you're not having to deal with routing. Everything's coming in. It's coming in at whatever raster size, whatever frame rate you're giving it, and then it can be mixed in your live switching application, and it just removes a lot of that complexity from it.
Yeah, bandwidth was going to be a barrier to 4K adoption, and IP and NDI especially makes that no longer a barrier. There's still cost issues involved. 4K gear is a little more expensive, and we still don't have real 4K streaming. It's not, I think YouTube has, Facebook broader ability to go 4K, but I'm a big fan of going 4K in your venue and then maybe streaming at HD, but at least starting to migrate to 4K because the technology is here now, and if you're going to be investing in new PTZ cameras or control or a new system like a TriCaster or a new converter, why not have something that's 4K? It's just going to give you a longer life. The 4K train has left the building, the light at the end of the tunnel is NDI, and this is all going to work beautifully.
Right, and the thing people need to think about too is, okay, if you're going to spend a camera, sometimes jumping from a really good HD camera to the 4K version isn't that much more expensive. And when you realize that 4K is coming, it's going to be here, and it's going to be here. We're all doing HD now, and we thought it took us a long time to get to HD. We jumped from SD to HD, fairly slow compared to how quickly we're jumping from HD to 4K. And think about when you're purchasing things, something's going to need to be replaced, but the more you can buy and spend that little extra up front to go 4K, the better you are from the long run, because you're going to be there.